Hey guys, it's Dorian Ray, also known as the Tank Flank, and today we're going over Sigma, also known as Ligma. Ligma is a tank that has 350 base health and 200 shields, giving him 550 HP overall. His only passive is the normal tank passive of being knocked back less and providing less ult charge from healing and damage. His abilities are Experimental Barrier, Kinetic Grasp, and Accretion. His barrier has 700 HP total and can be thrown out like a projectile to customize how close or far away it is. Doesn't have a max range, but will be stopped by walls. It travels out at 16.5 meters per second. You can recall this barrier at any time while it's out to preserve its health or just to reposition it. Once recalled, it does have a 2-second cooldown, but if it is destroyed, it has a 5-second cooldown. It regenerates 100 HP per second after 2 seconds of it being down. Second ability is Kinetic Grasp. This ability negates all incoming projectiles, including projectile-based ults. 60% of the damage is then converted to overhealth up to a max of 400. It has a 12-second cooldown and lasts for 2 seconds. Beams from heroes like Zarya or Symmetra can still go through the Kinetic Grasp. If the ability is cancelled early, it doesn't provide the overhealth. So if you get Roadhog hooked or Doomfist stunned, it cancels the ability. His last ability is Accretion, where he makes a big rock and throws it at people. If hit directly, it deals 100 damage and stuns along with knocking back. If multiple enemies are around when it hits, it deals 12 to 40 splash damage. While channeling this ability, he gets a 75% movement speed debuff. It has a cooldown of 10 seconds. It also ignores abilities like Genji's Deflect and Diva's Defense Matrix, so if you have a deflecting Genji in front of you, just throw a rock at him. His ult is called Gravitic Flux, where he flies into the air and can select an area with a 7-meter radius. If the enemies are in that area, they take 50 damage and are lifted up into the air and are suspended for 2 seconds before being smashed back into the floor for 50% of their max HP. It disables movement abilities while in the air except for Moira's Fade and Reaper's Wraith form. It doesn't allow them to move with it, but it will allow them to cancel the damage. His weapon is 2 balls he calls Hyper Spheres, which he throws out in a short burst. They bounce off of walls, floors, and ceilings and travel 22 meters. If they hit an enemy, they immediately explode, dealing 55 damage per ball, and deals splash damage in a 3-meter radius, dealing 9 to 30 damage. He doesn't have to reload since the balls come back 1.5 seconds after shooting. They travel at 50 meters per second and have a very slight downward arc. And by very slight, I mean it's practically unnoticeable unless you're at max range. Sigma is a tank that has both defensive and offensive capabilities. However, since his cooldowns are a little on the long side of the spectrum, you have to be careful when you use them. Your barrier can be used to force someone on the high ground to reposition to get a proper shot, or just single out an enemy from their team. His grasp is great for interrupting big damage like Bastion Sentry mode or even a Roadhog ult and converting that into your own personal advantage with overhealth. His rock is great for interrupting ults such as Moira's Coalescence or finishing someone off quickly. His ult gives him great burst potential since on the slam it deals 50% of the target's HP, so grabbing somebody that's already low or a tank provides huge value. His weapon makes it easy to spam shots since you don't have to worry about reloading, and with the AoE splash damage, it's great for just poking people in a group. A Sigma usually plays close to their team and uses his abilities to create space, since going off on alone or overextending can mean death because of your high cooldown. And now you know about Sigma. You're welcome. Thanks for watching. More videos like this should be coming soon, and I hope this helps.